Just like with some people, the exteriors of some houses don't match how they look inside. Outside, it could look like a beautiful, stately castle, and inside looks like an office block. Or it can look completely run down, and inside it looks like $1 million. Appearances can be deceiving, and you never know what you might get. Let's look at some places that are weird, surprising, or just interesting. Sometimes you might want to laugh at this house, but then look inside. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a giant favor and hit the like button. If you enjoy the content on this channel, subscribe and turn on notifications. Then you will never miss a thing. First up is the Purple House in the UK. This house is different. On the outside, this house in Middlesex, UK looks very pretty. It might be a little cookie cutter for the area, but it seems to be a nice family home. Not too distinct, just nice. But then you get inside. Imagine having a home and you decide to bring in your favorite color and then a little bit more of that color, and soon the entire house is completely covered with that color. Don't get me wrong, I like purple just as much as the next person, but I think even if someone adores it, they might be over it in about 10 minutes in this space. Everything is the same shade of purple. The carpets, the walls, the bathroom tiles, and even most of the furniture and the bedding is purple. It is interesting, to say the least. Not entirely my cup of English tea, but it might make a good home for someone else. It has a nice garden and it is in a pretty nice area. So if you could tone down the color, it might be great. Next on the list is Freedom Cove. This home is not just off the grid, it is completely off land. The couple who lives here, Adam and Catherine King, are artists and have completely put their hearts into their home. The compound is on an artificial island in British Columbia. They have been building their place for around 30 years, but it is a continuing project. Each time a storm hits, there's always damage to repair. At the same time, the home is pretty large and it meets all the needs of its creators. They have a garage for their boats, a dance floor, and even a garden where the Kings grow all of their own food. They are self-sustaining and love their home. They only go onto land around every 2 weeks and even joke that they get land sick when they have to do that. At least I think it's a joke. If you want to visit this colorful island and see how they live, you are in luck. They welcome visitors with open arms and gladly give tours and explain how everything works. They even give some of the homemade candles they make as a parting gift. It might all seem a little strange, but they might be onto something. Without the cost of land or the tax landowners are charged, this couple has saved a bundle over the years. And besides the financial gain they have had, their home fits their personalities. They love living on their little island and living a lifestyle that works well for these artists. It might not be for everyone, but it's a perfect fit for them. Next up has been on the radar of architectural lovers for years. Casa Brutale. I know, this house doesn't actually exist yet, but it has been a concept that has taken the internet by storm for a few years. And now that it has actually been commissioned, we have hope that we will be able to see it in real life soon. This stunning and very unique home will be set on the side of a cliff. It will make the most of the views, overlooking the ocean with large windows. While it might not be the best idea for people who have a fear of heights, its panoramic views are sure to take your breath away. On the roof, there will be a swimming pool that you can see through. The house being set inside the cliff and not out in the open has many benefits. I think it will be stunning. I really hope that they're able to get started on this project soon. It has been a passion project for designers for years, and I hope they get to see it done. They wanted to get started on it, but it has been delayed by the global health situation. It is set to be built just outside of Beirut in the Fakra Mountains. Things have also been unstable due to the Syrian war and instability in Lebanon. So this project has already had its set of challenges, and they haven't even started building it yet. It is a bit laughable when you really think about it, but also pretty sad. Then, let's go to the billboard houses in Slovakia. I must say, this is a very cool concept. I really love it. This is all based on the fact that most countries do have billboards next to roads. Slovakia has found that the electricity and land area that are used to run billboards that companies rent are sufficient to create living spaces inside. These billboards are closed up and stairs are added. Then it ends up being a tiny house. These little houses are available to be used by homeless people, so everyone has a place to live. Since there isn't all that much extra cost in involved in the running of these homes, it gives hopes to people who need it and while not putting extra strain on the country. That means that it is something that can be done in a lot of places. I really hope it catches on and is rolled out in more countries. Next, we can take a look at a home that definitely doesn't show all it is from the outside. The hidden house in Knightsbridge is, as the name implies, hidden. Outside, you only see a little gate and a wall. It seems like it hides a small office behind it that was almost what it used to be. It was workshops and a shop, but that has all changed. Inside this house is beautiful. It has an amazing design and is much bigger than you would think it is. They weren't able to go up or to the sides to make it bigger, but they could go down. So that is what they did. There are 2 double bedrooms in the basement along with the master suite and bathroom. They used a pitched glazed roof to help with giving the house more light, since they couldn't add more windows to the rooms. They even have a sunken courtyard garden. One thing is for sure, no one would guess how this house looks inside by looking at the exterior. It is beautifully designed and a great concept. It makes the most of the land that is available and creates a lovely space. Next is the Brooklyn Clock Tower. Many people who visit New York and Brooklyn have seen the clock tower and have even taken pictures of it. But one would never guess that there is an entire condo hidden behind the clock tower. The clock face doubles as one of the biggest windows inside the apartment and offers amazing views of Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan. It is truly a unique and interesting home with stunning touches that date back to its industrial era. It is something special and not at all what you would expect to see in this historical building. Then we can go to Poland. The Carrot House. In the city of Warsaw, Poland, lays the narrowest house in the world. It measures just over 3 feet at its narrowest part and just under 5 feet at its widest. It for sure can only house one person at a time, and it is very unlikely that you would even be able to have any friends over. There is just no space. It was named after the first tenant that ever lived there, Edgar Carrot, the writer and filmmaker. It has everything a tenant could need: a room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and even a living area. It just doesn't have a staircase. Occupants need to use a ladder to travel from one level to the next. It can't really be called a home because it doesn't meet the building codes that Warsaw expects of a home. So while it does have a tenant live there, it is called an art installation. It is pretty cool to say that you live in a piece of art, but it doesn't seem like the most comfortable living arrangements. A house with loads of space? A house made from an airplane. Bruce Campbell doesn't believe in wasting retired airplanes. He would rather convert one into a home to live in, and that is what he has done. He used a retired 727 to create his home. Parked inside the woods just outside of Portland, Oregon, the plane has been converted to have all the modern amenities that someone would need to live in comfort. It has water, electricity, and sewage, and plenty of space to live in. It actually makes sense to use a plane to make your home. It is safe. No one is easily going to be able to get in to burgle the house. It is airtight, so no dust or bugs will intrude, and it can withstand a lot. Earthquakes or other natural disasters are unlikely to make any dents, and it would be easy to control the temperature inside your house. Planes are insulated, and they are built to be able to withstand extreme conditions. It gets very cold high up in the air, but when you are flying, you don't even notice the temperature changes. So it makes sense that when a plane is converted, you retain the advantages that the structure was built for in the first place. But what is better than one plain home? How about 2? Bruce lives in Portland for 6 months of the year and spends the rest of his time in Japan. So now, he has plans to convert another plane into a home for him to live in when he is in Japan. Each home is unique. Some are just way more unique than others. Thanks for watching. See you next time.